Hey y'all, welcome to Spring 2021 Anatomy and Physiology 1 Lab. This section of Anatomy and Physiology lab is an online only class. So if you want an in-person class, you need to check the schedule and go sign up for a different professor who's teaching an in-person class. AP1 is a combination class of a lecture and a lab, and they are taught as two separate classes. So you'll have a lecture professor and a lab professor, and you'll have tests in both classes. In AP1 Lab, we are going to do weekly quizzes. So there'll be a quiz each week over the previous week's material. There is no midterm, there's no final. It's all just every week there's a quiz. Your grade for AP1 is it's a combined grade. So 70% of your grade is lecture, 30% is a lab. They break it up that way, although you will end up working a lot in lab. And sorry about that, but there's just a lot of material that we go over in lab. In lab, we do the anatomy pretty much. In lecture, they do the physiology a little bit more. So it divides up the class that way. But anyway, so this grade is 30% of your overall grade. You can see see the syllabus, for example, how the grade is calculated. The way this class will work is that I'm going to post in the news section in Momentum every week on Thursdays. That will be the main starting point for everything. So look in the news section, and that'll have all the links to stuff that's in the content section. If you've used Momentum before, you know about the content section. It'll also have links to the YouTube videos of my lectures, and there's also then at the top of the page there's a drop down for quizzes, so you can take those. I also put a link to the quizzes in the news usually. Every week I'm going to post an overview explanation of the week's topics with links to everything. There's a set of YouTube videos posted each week. They will be an hour and a half to 2 hours to maybe 3 hours. One of them is like that long. The tissues histology section is about 3 hours long, and we blast through a lot of stuff really fast. Let's see, there will occasionally be additional videos to watch that are videos of the activities that we would do in class. Let's see, what else? There's also activities on the Pearson website, and those activities, those are supplemental. You don't have to do them. I don't grade those. They are graded automatically by the Pearson computer, but I don't use those grades. So I think they're good exercises to do. They're good practice. So you should, every week, you should read the book, do the questions in the chapter, do the Pearson exercises, and those things will really help you learn the material. You should also take notes, draw diagrams, and also do the activities also that I assigned, because those reinforce the concepts that we're learning. I'll also post online in the news section. There's also going to be a study guide for every lab, and then you also refer back to the PowerPoint slides. I post a PDF of those. And let's see, and any handouts, if there are handouts for the activities, like this first lab, I'll give you a handout that you can use and print out, and you can color that stuff, the regions of the body that we're going to be learning. What else? In order to get us all started, I'm going to do a question and answer session on Friday and on Monday, so Friday the 22nd and Monday the 25th. Both those are scheduled for 6:30. If you can't make it, not too big a deal. Those are optional. They're not required. I'm just doing those just, in case you guys want to get to know me a little bit, and I can get to know you, and I can answer any questions just face to face. If you guys want to do a weekly session or on Zoom, I can do that. But the way I've set this class up is to do a question and answer session weekly. The way I've set this up is the lectures are already set and ready to go. So, and the good thing is you can watch those anytime you want. So the cool thing about an online class is you can watch the lectures anytime you want. You can take the quizzes whenever you're ready. You can do the activities anytime you want. So you can fit this all around a work schedule. The downside is that you're not going to class and you're not having to be in class at a certain time. And that tends to motivate some people. I know it motivated me a lot. So you have to be fairly self-motivated in an online class. So just be aware of that and set yourself time for yourself to do the class and tell your family, no, I can't be with you. I've got to go, do my classwork, that kind of stuff. So, um, so the downside is we're not in person, which is a whole lot more fun. The upside is you get a lot of flexibility. I would like to be face to face with you, but that is dangerous. It's extremely dangerous right now. Cases are going up, so I think this is the safest way to be. Um, let's see. Make sure you also keep up the pace with the class. The first couple classes won't be too bad. They'll be like, oh, I got this. It's no problem. And then about the third or fourth class, you're like, oh, wow, there's a lot of material. So just keep up. The pace really picks up after like the first 2, 3, maybe 4 classes. When we hit tissues histology, it's like, oh, there's a lot there. And we do that all in one class. So my role is to be here for you and to help you learn the material. Your role is to read the textbook, and you can do the print or the online version, and you do have access to the online version at Pearson. You can read it. It's hard to flip back and forth pages. You can't write in it, so it's not that useful in a lot of ways. But read the textbook, watch the lecture videos, do the pre-lab and post-lab questions. I recommend doing the pre-lab questions after lab rather than before lab, because some of those pre-lab questions are just really hard to do. So until after you've read the text and watched the lectures. Do the assignments on the Pearson website for practice and take the weekly tests on momentum. And do the activities that we assign to watch. There's dissections. There's some experiments that are done. So all those kind of things bring home the concepts we're talking about in class. So, and also when you're reading the text and watching the videos, I highly recommend taking notes, drawing diagrams. You don't have to be a great artist. If it's just circles and squares but draw diagrams, label things, write in your book, write all over your books. Use a ballpoint pen or a pencil, because roller balls smear all over the place in these glossy pages. But write all over your book. Use those books. Don't worry about keeping them nice and clean to resell. They're just they're not worth that much. So anyway, let's see. And during the semester, you may feel at times that you are alone and isolated and working all by yourself and learning this all on your own. And especially with this kind of online format, that is a completely normal feeling. Just know that you're not alone. I'm here to help you. So you can contact me anytime, and by either text, email, or phone. And I'll also Zoom with you if you want to. If you text or email me after 11 o'clock, I probably won't pick up because I do sleep occasionally. And I'll see. Also, for technical requirements for the online class, you need to have access to the internet and have it be something that you can rely on, and a computer that you can use to watch videos and do the online activities. Doesn't have to be a very powerful computer, but I wouldn't try to do it on my phone. A tablet you might be able to do it on, but I think that would be hard. So anyway, and if you want to chat with me, you don't have to have a webcam, but it'd be nice for me to be able to see you. But that's not a requirement for the class. So also I'd recommend downloading the Brightspace Pulse app for your smartphone if you haven't done that already. And that gives you notifications when something's posted, items are graded, emails are sent, all those kind of things. So, and I believe that's about it. So just organize yourself, you learn anatomy in small chunks, draw pictures, visualize things, try to think of things, try to see a picture of something in your head, memorize things, use mnemonics, use songs, whatever worked for you to memorize things, and try to link words to the structures, to pictures that you create either in your head or on paper, and then test yourself. Examine yourself, do exams on yourself, or have friends ask you questions. And the great thing about anatomy is you've got your body, and so you can point to things and say, oh, here's here's carpals, here's metacarpals. So, radius ulna, all that kind of stuff. Sorry, radius ulna. Did it backwards. Anyway, just you've got your body. You can look at the parts. You can figure out the bones. You can do and you can use that as practice for yourself. There's lots of online stuff that you can look up to. I've put a lot of links on the side, so feel free to use any of those resources if you find any of those useful. And anyway, so that's my little spiel. So hope you guys have a great evening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.